Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the month. It's MPJ Rock Show time! Woo! I'm your host, Nigel, and welcome to my crew, to Trish, to Ian, and to Dom. Welcome, gang!
Hi.
Good morning.
Hi.
So, what's the show all about? We are reviewing the latest albums from the mighty rock scene, and we're going to rate them out of 5, and we're going to go them head to head, and we're going to see where we're going to spend our goddamn hard-earned cash from, and then we're going, as I say, we're going to rate them out of 5. Will they get into Hall of Fame? We're only 2 months away now from our mega show, which would be the Rock Album of the Year. Will any of these bands manage to crack into the shortlist for Album of the Year? Who knows? Let's find out. So we're missing Paul today, everybody. Normally there's 5 of us. Paul, unfortunately, is currently in a hospital bed, but recovering incredibly well. And from his hospital bed, he has sent his votes in, kids. He has sent his votes in. He's hardcore. Hardcore. Anyway, so who have we got today? Well, we are pitching up a band called Soen, or something like that, a Swedish band, and their album Memorial, and then we're up against the mighty Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons with their album Kings of Asylum. So, first, without any ado, who are Soen and their album Memorial? Not a lot of us know about them. All I know is that they're a Swedish progressive metal group. They did an album about 10-12 years ago, released in February 2012. However, their members of the band are Martin Lopez, Joel Eckelhoff, Lars Hallund, Cody Ford, and Alexei Campbell. There we go. So, what do we think of Soen then? Well, Trish, let's start with you then. What did you think of a bit of Soen? Have you heard of them before? Unlikely, but you know.
No, I'd not heard of them before. Didn't really know what to expect. But the album starts off with Sincere, with its powerful drums and strong vocals of the lead singer. As the album progresses, there are plenty of anthems to sing along to. There are aspects of the choir, like singing when the band all harmonise together, and it works really well. Hollowed is beautiful and has a haunting, mesmerising effect to it. There is a bit of everything on this album, from really heavy to mid-temp to melodic. A good, solid, all-round album to be enjoyed, just as I did.
Woohoo! Now, somebody else just to be enjoyed. Ian, talk to me.
Well, today is a good, honest day. Firstly, I just want to wish Paul all the best. Love you, big guy, and I'm sure you're going to listen to this at some point, so wishing you all the best. But today is a good, honest day.
Is it?
And so,
are you saying that you're not normally honest?
And I'm very, very rarely good. So, yeah, absolutely. So, I enjoyed this. So this is good, honest, soaring rock is how I've described it. Good, honest, soaring rock. I thought it was just absolutely beautiful. Some of the guitar work and the arrangements just really just had me going. It was great. Probably a little bit heavier for that genre of rock than I'd like. I like heavy rock and into metal and almost getting into heavy metal, but I just felt the heaviness for me just took away, just overpowered the beautiful arrangement and what was going on underneath. That being said, it didn't detract it from the album. It just purely my own personal musical understanding, that's all. But standout tracks for me were Hollowed, Tragedian, and Vitals. They were absolutely standard. Vitals was just an impressive song, really impressive song. So yeah, good, honest, beautiful, soaring, honest rock.
Well, let's go to probably the most honest man here on the panel. Let's be honest about it. With his background, he has to be. Dom, how will you pronounce it? Soen? How are we pronouncing it?
Sounds good to me. Soen? Okay.
Soen, maybe? Yeah, that's good enough. Good enough for me. Soen.
And it work. So, I did do a bit of digging because I never heard of Soen. And actually, they've had band members who've also played in Opeth and Testament and Death. So their pedigree is like in that, hard metal really is pretty good. I like this. I thought it's definitely heavy. I'm not a fear of the heavy. I love heavy. In fact, you can't get heavy enough for me. And there's some amazing tone that these guys have got on their guitar, especially the low end, which I like. I like it when it's nice and low and rumbly, and that adds to that heavy, kind of slightly doomy feel to it. And technically, it's incredible. If they have got members from Testament and Opeth, those guys are just like, they're shredders. It's really heavy. I have seen some comparisons with this band with Tool as well, because there's a slight alternative edge to their take on rock and metal, which I really liked. That really, pushed all my buttons in a good way. A little bit too nice. I could have gone a bit heavier, lacking a little bit of aggression in the vocals. I love a bit of aggressive vocals, as you well know. Tasteful. I'm going to say tasteful. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. God, what did I think? I think this year there's been a couple of kind of genres that have really ticked my box, and this melodic, deep, heavy rock has really ticked my box. I'm putting them in the sort of genres White Raven Down and Black Orchid Empire. I absolutely love it. It's Orchid. Did I say Orchid again? Orchid, Black Orchid Empire. I've got a real problem with that, and we saw them the weekend. And I'd put them slightly lighter than Black Orchid. I might be Right Waving Down, but I'd certainly put them in that kind of deep, throbbing, melodic kind of rock, but with that, they had a lighter tone to them. Hollowed, oh my God, what a duet. What a duet is that? That knocks it. In terms of duets for the year, I think it's going to be probably my favourite duet of the year, or certainly up there. It knocks it out of the park. Sincere, I agree with Trish, amazing. Memorial, amazing. And for me, the fact that also, Ian's mentioned Vitals and stuff as well. There is no weak track on this album. For me, there's not a weak track. And you're right, it could be, for some people, it might not be a bit not heavy enough or a bit lighter, but I think last year I discovered kind of symphonic power metal as kind of my massive tick in the box in terms of genres. And I think this year I've got to go along with this deep melodic kind of rock. I love it. I absolutely loved it. I love this album, and right to now, because I listened to about 60 albums and narrowed it down to 16, and there's a lot of generic vocals out there, and I thought his vocals was outstanding as well. I thought he's got a really good voice, really good. Enjoyed it, loved it. No, I didn't just enjoy it. I absolutely loved this album. So, who are they up against then? Well, let's find out. Well, it's none other than Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons. So, listen, who is Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons? Very interesting, because there's a reason for this wording, because Phil Campbell released their first recorded self-titled EP. The band has subsequently performed in supported slots with Guns N' Roses, Hawkwind, Saxon and Airborne. So, the lineup for this band, so Phil Campbell and his three sons, together with former Attack vocalist from South Wales. Woohoo! Come on, Neil Starr! Yeah, from my homeland. Neil has replaced vocalist Joel Peters in 2021. So, Phil Campbell, notorious, famous Motorhead. Okay, and Todd Campbell, Dane Campbell, Tyler Campbell, guess what? Are his sons. So so that would be kind of why they've kind of pushed this kind of band together. So what do we think? Kings of Asylum. Ian, let's start from you then. What did you think of Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons?
Right, so this is good, honest metal. This is good, honest English rock.
I see the theme. I
got-
see your theme brewing here. I see the theme of.
You're getting a good honest day.
I'm getting
You're working it
that
out.
theme now. So.
Do you know what, Nigel? Not a lot slips by you.
I
does
know,
it?
right?
No, you're lightning. Absolute lightning.
I didn't get where I am
It's just
today,
called
and I did not get where I am today. You what? Sorry, Dom.
As it's just called English rock, and it's not. It's Welsh rock.
I know, right? We've got British.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Yeah, you're right.
Welsh.
You've even said that. It sounds like good, honest English rock, but it's good, honest Welsh rock,
Absolutely.
which probably makes it better on some levels. So definitely. Yeah, a good story about this. When we were away in Germany recently with Paul, I said to Paul, he said to me, what do you think of the album so far? And I really, really like that Phil Campbell. At times, the vocalist sounds a little bit like Lemmy, and it's got a real good Motorhead feel. And he went, oh, Ian, there's probably a good reason for that. Because obviously it's Phil Campbell from Motorhead. I just didn't know that. So, but I really, really enjoyed it. I think my standout track, it is probably a little bit heavier than I listened to, being honest. To be honest, I liked Motorhead with Lemmy. I even got to meet Lemmy once, which was quite amazing.
Drop the mic. I slipped that in there. The fact that one of us has actually met Lemmy from Motorhead.
I was living in Welwyn Garden City at the time. Went round to see a friend, and allegedly, I'm going to say that for legal reasons, allegedly he was dating my mate's mum. I'm not entirely sure that was the only relationship he was in at the time, but it was really weird. He was just sitting there, and I went, he went, yeah, I am. What of it? I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough.
Awesome.
And then we went out and did what we did as teenagers. I liked Lemmy in Motorhead. I liked Motorhead back then, but it wasn't my thing, so it wouldn't be something I'd listen to a lot. And the same with this. I liked it, but it wouldn't be something I listened to a lot. But that's, again, personal opinion. Not taking anything away from the good, honest metal that it is. The good, honest Welsh metal that it is.
Dom, what do you think? Your cup of tea?
Well, see, so my issue with all of this stuff is that, so I love Motorhead. Motorhead are amazing, but the best way to listen, for me, reminiscing of this music, it's on vinyl, old school, and the recording of the music then and now is so different. It's so much cleaner now, and I kind of like a little bit of more of a messy recording, if you know what I mean. So when I listen to this, I think this sounds great. It's brilliant. I can get all the Motorhead vibes out of it. It's massive, it's a really massive sound, but it's kind of like just recorded just a bit too clean for me. I like it to be a little bit grimy, but that's just my personal opinion. I think it was great. Schizophrenia, standout song for me. Old school, and it's kind of got a bit of a thrash feel to it, which is nice, which is kind of Motorhead. So there's that, thrash feel to it, and it's kind of dark, and it's got dark subject. And then Strike the Match was the other one that I really liked. Kind of gives it a bit of punked up feel. It's kind of nasty, and I love all that kind of stuff. So, I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Keep rocking.
Wow. Trish, then. Phil Campbell. I mean, what do you reckon?
Well, I didn't know what to expect, but from the title of the band, I was thinking it was going to be more punk rock. But this was not the case, albeit in many of the lyrics, some of the songs. But this album was a pleasant surprise for me. It was full-on beefy album from the get-go, with guitarists galore, banging drums and sandy gruff vocals. There was no let-up, which I quite enjoyed. I really loved the title track of the album, King of the Asylum, along with Strike the Match, one of my favourites. This was a really good surprise of an album for me. I really liked it.
Wow. I mean, what's not to like about this album? It's fast, it's furious. Ian's right, it's good old-fashioned. What I like about it is it sandwiches between kind of heavy metal and thrash metal, and it doesn't doesn't go to that thrash metal genre, which becomes quite repetitive. You know, it sits nicely, and its influences of kind of that kind of rock and roll kind of vibe to it as well. The Hunt, Hammer and Dance, Walking in Circles. Absolutely adore this album. It's so good. It's so headbangingly, brilliantly good. It's tight. You're right. I think the production is fantastic on it. I just love it. It was such a great album. Really headbanging album. I'm nitpicking here. For me, it was a little bit repetitive, but not to distract the stuff in there. I'd like to see a little bit a slower track in there, because you all know I like my rock ballads, but that was a tad in there. And the only other minor criticism is the Kings of the Asylum, which really reminded me of the Daughtry kind of Asylum song. I found that quite similar to Daughtry's kind of Asylum song, Kings of the Asylum. So I go like, that just detracted from that one song for me a little bit. But that's it's probably, I don't think it was a cover or anything. It just that was the only kind of, and there was a minor criticism, really, tiny thing. But other than that, loved it. Fantastic. What a quality album. Really high praise indeed. So well done. I'd listen to the next album. I'd be there like a shot. So, but who will we spend our hard-earned dosh for? Which album are we going to buy? Will any of them hit our Hall of Fame? Let's find out then. Trish, starting with you for Soen.
4.5.
4.5. Paul, give it a 4. High praise from Paul. Ian.
5.
5. Woo,
Gave it a 5. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The arrangement.
Dom.
I'm going 4 with
4.
Paul. Yeah.
Oh my god, guys! I also give this a. Did I give it a 4? Did I give it a 4.5? Or did I give it a 5? Who did I match with? I matched with one of you. Or would it be 2 if I matched with Paul and Dom? It's a 5! Oh my god, it's absolutely. I love this album. Absolutely love this album. Certainly, I think for me personally, definitely one of my top 5 or 6 albums of the year. Brilliant. Loved it. Wow. Okay, so we got. It's huge. We've got 18. We've got 22.5, everybody. 22.5. That is massive. I don't think it's going to automatically get in the shortlist. It's certainly going to Hall of Fame. It's got to be potentially up there in the running for getting into our Album of the Year shortlist. It's going to be close to it, but what? Congratulations. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. Right, well, will Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons follow them? Let's find out then, shall we? Ian, let's start with you, Phil Campbell.
I gave this 3.5 out of 5. It was really good. Just too heavy for me. Too heavy.
Dom.
I give it a 3.
Shocking. Paul, give this. He loved it. 4.5. 4.5 from Paul. Wow. Okay, Trish.
4.
4 from Trish. And a 4.5 from me. I think this might be pretty damn good score as well. 9, 13, 16, 19 and a half. Oh my goody aunt. Oh, Dom, you've let us down a bit. 1/2 a mark from the Hall of Fame. That's outrageous. And edging the battle. Dom. Outrageous. 1/2 a point. How bad do you feel about that? I mean, come on.
He doesn't.
No, I'm trying to make you feel bad because I definitely think this is a Hall of Fame album. But there we go. That's life. So Soen wins the Battle of the Bands, but both absolutely terrific albums. Thank you very much to both bands. What an enjoyable albums they were. And again, congratulations to Soen for reaching into our Hall of Fame and possibly getting to our shortlist of album of the year. We'll have to wait and find out whether they can make that, but they still could get. We've got a wild card pick. So who knows? They might get that. Right. Okay. Well, that ends that for today. Once again, get well soon, Paul. Thank you very much to my crew, to Trish, to Ian, and to Dom. Keep on rocking, everybody out there. Keep safe. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.